1037, traffic going into position at Whiskey Lima, cross runway 18 left, ground 185.
Okay, at Whiskey Lima, cross 18 left, ground 185 for American 1037.
Almost 80, ground 96, contact departure, have a good flight.
Departure, have a good one over there, 596.
With a camera.
Hey there. Well, if you don't have anything better to do, why don't you hang out with us for a while? Here on runway, no, not that. Here. Now, we're in a position you've never seen. Well, I don't know if you're still with us, but we're still here. Okay, so as I was explaining, if you are still hearing the sound of my voice, we are pushed back, way, way back from where we normally are. And what we're doing is we're still going strong, so the only camera we have right now is this one. Let me take that out. Yeah, let me take that out. Okay. So anyway, we are in, as you may have seen earlier, we are currently using SAMU, which is our sprinkler avoidance mobile unit. And that means we can avoid the sprinklers, but we can't bring you any planes at the moment. Pardon me? Oh, you can come around. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. Our sprinkler avoidance mobile unit is keeping us on the air right now. All of our equipment is bundled into SAMU, and that means that we can bring you this. We keep losing our signal from this position. This is a position we've never been in before. So anyway, we got SAMU going to keep us out of the sprinklers, but what's going to happen is we're going to have to be on the move and then set up our main camera. So we may not be able to bring you anything here for another 20 minutes or so. As you can hear, it's a windy night. It's very balmy here in at DFW Founders Plaza. Our thermometer here has it at 78 degrees here at 9:36. And so,
362. Have a great night, boy.
so we're still waiting for the sprinklers to subside. So let's just say hello to everybody. I see A-list flyer Chris and Barbara P. Sterling, and I'm Barbara P. Well, my little Wi-Fi device tells me I have an excellent signal. And I guess it's excellent until it is not, but... Wellington Flights Live says, afternoon all. Well, we have a plane right in front of us. Is that the flight version of the broadcast truck? That's a good idea. No, this is an attraction here at Founders Plaza. As you can see, it honors... it says "Welcome Home a Hero," so it's military oriented, and there's buttons you can push here that can set off a water cannon salute over this. And I'm not going to do that now because the wind is so extreme that it would blow the water right into our camera. But there's a replica. I don't know if you can see it over here. Replica of a from which the water would come out. All right, so just to explain, if you've just tuned us in, we're about 70 feet away from the sprinklers, but it's still kind of dampening us here, and I'm kind of halfway behind a wall where I am. Are we on here still? Yes, okay. So as soon as here's what's going to happen. As soon as the sprinklers extinguish themselves, and it should be very shortly, and I think that has happened. So now we're going to be on the move, and we'll see if this works. Good luck with all that, right? So we're going to move this, our camera, and then you will have to you'll have to put up with watching me set up our main camera so that we can bring you a broadcast. So the whole thing is probably going to take another 15 minutes because there's lots of cables involved and stuff, but here we go. Let's see what happens as we roll our way. Now I have no way to look at our computer screen as we do this. So if we go off in advance. Well, we're strolling through Founders Plaza right now. I've got Samu in my left hand here and my camera in the right hand. We're about to cross the street. There's our main tripod over there. I put it over there to stay out of the wetness. So now we'll look for a ramp over here. So I apologize for this. I had a feeling that, based upon previous experiences, it would be about 9:30 when our position would be cleared. But I was hoping it would be a little sooner than that. Under this canopy here. Canopy won't shield us from any wind or anything, but it's just a good place to hang out to see the UPS planes there to the left of us.
28 left, 28 right, taxi park, local 937.
So here's our familiar broadcast position. Let me take a look here. It appears we're still on the air, so there is SAMU. It has safely gotten us to our broadcasting position. And so what I'm going to do now is get out the other stuff so we can set up a camera for you. So I'll put the camera on top of the Runway DFW mobile unit, not this one, but the one that got us here. And so, let me see. I think I'll put put on some music because I can't be talking to you whilst we do this. So there's UPS over there. Get our music all queued up. Oh, it must be windy, says Josh Aldrich. Yes. There are three MD-11s over yonder, and we should get to see some of that action as soon as we get everything straightened out here. So hang on with us. We'll be back in, well, you'll see what we're up to in just a minute. Let me get our music here.
Let's go 18 left, RNAV,
Yeah, here's our after hours music for you. Enjoy.
Burn 18 left to take up on Boy 46.
Fire plate 1 at left, American 1366. takeoff 18 left on SP, park American 1366. 1811 on the plane, runway 2356. Roger, day over 4062. On the plane, American 12.
I've reduced our streams. Well, it's not you, the stream is. Yes, of course it's working now. Well, I'll give it another minute or two here. Thanks for your patience. Okay, it's pretty clear that this is not going to work. I really apologize for that. We'll try again another time. This seems to be, maybe it's wind related, I don't know. But thank you for watching Runway DFW. And we'll be back on a more friendly night, let us say. let's see. We're going to try to bring you an MD-11 taking off. It's the least we can do. I don't know what that box is there in the back of your screen, in the corner of the screen. Still working out some bugs. Let me see if I can figure out something to show you. We've lost our feed from our camera. Alrighty then. This is one of those days when absolutely nothing is going right, and I've got a perfectly nice picture of a UPS plane in the camera, and for whatever reason is not going to the computer. Our primary camera is now working. You can hear the wind. The wind is supposed to be 15 to 25 miles an hour this evening. I'm only now just dialing in to the flight radar. In a few minutes we should see DHL flight 102 on its way to Cincinnati. It'll be a 767-200, I think. Oh boy. Well, let's see who's out there tonight. Andy, tell Taylor says it's a full-size plane this time. Also, I never leveled my tripod. It's a little crooked, isn't it? It's a little downhill there. Roger Scott says, nice save, Walt. You demand. Well, I don't know about that. Let me switch over to our other camera here for a second while I level this tripod. Here's that DHL flight of which we spoke a few minutes ago. Looks like all the remaining MD. We had 3 MDs when I got here, and I think they're all gone now. Well, this is not a broadcast that will go down in the annals of Runway DFW history, I'm afraid. But thank you all for sticking with us. And I have no idea what that siren-like noise is that you hear. It's coming from the UPS cargo hub to the south of us, just a few hundred feet away. Possible that this plane is going to be dispatched over to the east side for takeoff. There's a plane taking off. Oh, and I believe I saw the Turkish Airlines flight back to Istanbul headed up to the starting line. That plane there is American Flight 1399. It's headed to San Diego, California. Hold on.
1399, good night.
That sound was the windsock getting blown off of my microphone. I had to go and retrieve it. So we're following along with the DHL flight. I just can't tell. Well, it looks like it may be going out on runway 18 left. It's making that turn. Speedbird still down there at Terminal D? I guess I did. Well, maybe we'll see a Speedbird if our signal maintains. And as you probably saw there, the plane I thought might have been a Turkish was instead Iberia, headed back to Madrid. I'm looking for it. I believe that's it. So this is Iberia Flight 148, an Airbus A330-300. It is going to Madrid. That noise, it almost sounds like bagpipes that are stuck. Well, there's the this is ridiculous. There's the mighty tail of the A380 Speedbird. I'll have to see if it's going back to London tonight. Yeah, I don't think it's a tornado siren. I saw somebody in the chat room asking that. Well, here's a $10 super chat from Jody P, one of our newest moderator. Thank you for your steadfastness. Love the nighttime stream. Thank you, Jody. And there was another super chat earlier, which I'm going back and looking for. I think it was during the Troubles. I'm going back and back. I think well, I can't find the earlier super chat, so I apologize for whoever said that. I saw it out of the corner of my eye, but there was too much stuff going on. Tyler Morrow says, we just witnessed the true importance of never giving up. Thank you again, Walt. Well, it's, you know, I got to drive 50 miles to get here, so I hate disappointing all of you. Well, let's see what we got here. We've got another plane taking off. This is American Flight 785 to Tucson. It's an Airbus. It's an A321. It is I don't have my monitor hooked up tonight, so I got to keep turning around to my computer to make sure I punch the right button. I have no idea what time it is. 10:31. Well, we were supposed to have been broadcasting for an hour by now, but thank you all for your perseverance as I try to keep this mic, this windscreen from going away.
Takeoff 18F, RNAV to Laird, American 785.
Now I think 18 right, yeah, 18 right is closed. Let me see if I can pull out a little bit and show you that. There's a big X lit up. Is that in that shot? It's somewhere in that vicinity. Oh, there it is. So 18 right, which is nominally the runway where flights land, is closed to traffic right now, it would appear. Here goes the flight to Tucson. I'm just kind of catching my breath right now. You'll have to come back another night to see the show that I had envisioned this would be.
American 785 was hit.
So anyway, I think that siren-like noise you keep hearing is emanating from over there somewhere. I'd never heard it before. It's some kind of a motor whine. Let me see real quickly if I can determine when or if. Well, I don't see the British Airways A380 on the radar here as far as a departure, so it may be delayed overnight, I guess. If our stream holds up at 11:11, a Qatar Airways flight 732 to Doha, that'll be a 777, is supposed to be departing. It looks as though we won't have any other UPS departures during our time here, but we should have some more arrivals. I'm going to whip this around a little bit here. Why, there's a UPS plane arriving right now. So anyway, in the next hour, we should see
50 kilo across 18 right, Charlie to the ramp. UPS 1335.
should see the regular array of 757s landing with an A300 mixed in every now and again as far as the arrivals for UPS go. So we'll see a lot of UPS arrivals again if our signal holds out here. Huh, where'd my mouse go? Oh, there it is. It blew down on the ground. MR Rice says, hello Walt on good evening all. And thank you. And again, this is not our regular, this is like our third attempt at, no, probably fourth or fifth attempt at broadcasting tonight, I think. We figured out what the problem was. Aviation Emily says, Mom, I can't sleep because of that sound. And William Elkin says, I just sent a tweet to UPS Air Operations about the loud noise. You know, there's no residential housing in this immediate vicinity, so it wouldn't bother anybody except all of us at the airport.
Good land 187, yeah, 1340.
Mrs. Runway DFW says, imagine the eardrums of workers close to that sound. Yow! And Weather Chart has favored us with a $1 super chat. Thank you, Weather Chart. Claudie Sayers says, Flight 192 is scheduled to leave again at 10:40 p.m. Okay, well, I didn't see it on my list, and I hope that will be the case. At least we'll get something out of this, right?
Hey, affirmative.
You try to Echo Hotel, keep it rolling for me on that Valerian when they want to clear for takeoff traffic. 75 on a...
Aviation Emily says, I think Qatar is removing the World Cup logo on all of its fleet. Well, that would make sense since the games have ended. Chris Jones says maybe it's an alarm in regard to that awful noise, but I see what appear to be regular activities going on there at the mini worldport over there. Oh wait, it's quieting down. No? So I don't see anybody that looks like they're in a panic over there. Here comes, I think this is an A300, I guess. Oh wait, there's a couple planes there. The one on the right is an American Airlines jet that's headed over, I guess it's headed to the hangar. And the one in the foreground, of course, is UPS. It arrived a short time ago from Orlando. Were it not for the wind, this would be an absolutely ideal night for plane spotting. Let's catch another UPS flight coming in. This is 757 from Tampa, Florida. Right here on a very windy edition of Runway DFW. And the planes are landing over on runway 118 left. That big X is still lit up on runway 18 right. That noise is accelerating. What the heck is it? Plane got its marker lights on, so I imagine we'll be seeing that pull out shortly. Looks like that one is going to... Is that the one? One of these planes is going out to the World Port in Louisville. We'll be seeing that 757 rolling on in here momentarily. I believe we've spotted it. To the tripod here. I hope that camera will stay glued to my car. So I think I see some activity over here as far as this plane getting pushed back. Mike Sparks attributes that whine to an air start. Says the plane it is starting as an inoperable APU, auxiliary power unit. Claudie Sayer says flight 191. And she later corrects it to say flight 192 is now live on Flight Radar. So yeah, we'll get to see the A380. Hurrah! Karen Glenn says very windy there, and I would say that is, I'm going to give you the award for the understatement of the evening. Melanie Wagoner says, thanks for the show. You're welcome. I'm only sorry that it was delayed by a bit. Well, here's the UPS plane that's getting pushed back. This is the one that's going back to Louisville. This is a 767. A 12-year-old example of that type of aircraft. And you see the 757 pulling in behind it. that landed a short time ago from Tampa. Cloudy Sayer says, Walt, British is pushing. So we'll turn our attention to that in just a moment. Karen Glenn says, if it's not the blasted sprinklers, it's the siren. Poor Walt. Don't feel sorry for me. I kind of feel sorry for you for this this effort was, well, at least we got something on the air tonight. Let's see if we can see that British, shall we? So there's the best we can see it right now. You can see it is pushed back. It's getting ready to make the long taxi up to the top of runway 18 left for takeoff back to London. So we'll follow along with that. Go back here to our UPS pals. Good evening, Walt, and everyone from Scotland, says Ian Fleming. Great stream. Well, Ian, it's early where you are, is it not? I have 4:49 a.m. in London right now, so... And I know you're not in London, but I believe it to be the same time zone. No planes are coming in right now, at least over on this side of the airport. So I guess the 757 had to wait for the 767 to get out of the way before it could find its spot. Emergency vehicle now making its way. So we had that kind of artificial siren for a while. Now we have a real one. Freddie O with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Freddie O. Thank you for your perseverance. You are a joy to watch. Well, I would probably take issue with that characterization tonight, but I appreciate it very much, and we learn lessons every time we do this. I thought we had the whole sprinkler thing figured out, and then we ran into that connection problem. Oh well. Okay, I gotta go check something, so I'll be right back. Hang in there. right, apologies for that interruption in the festivities. Ian Fleming with a £2 super chat. A little something towards expenses. Thank you very much, Ian. That's very kind of you. Much appreciated. Jody Peak says, hi Walt, is there a curfew at Founders Plaza with a $10 super chat? There is not. Originally, or at one time, in fact, I think if you look at the Founders Plaza website, which we have linked in our description, it will tell you that Founders Plaza was originally open from dawn to dusk. But it's open 24 hours a day now, as best I can tell. There is a gate at the front of the there's only one entrance, and there's a gate there, but it's never been closed when I've come here since we started doing this at all crazy hours of the day at the end of 2021. I believe that to be one of the many UPS 757s we'll be seeing here. And I think we're also going to be treated to Qantas Flight 8 going back to Sydney. So it is not just all cargo at this crazy hour. So a lot of heavies, actually, because we've got, after Qantas Flight 8, we'll have American Flight 78, which is also going to London Heathrow. That'll be a 777. There's the big X, which indicates the unavailability of runway 18 right. This is the only A380 that currently pays a regular visit to DFW Airport. British Airways launched this service last summer. I think it was like July 1st, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a daily flight. And if you want to get to London, you can also get there from here on American, which has 4 wide-body flights a day, although none of them are quite as tall as this one. It's operated by a mix of 777s and Dreamliners. If you're just joining us, it's 11 o'clock, just after 11 o'clock Central Time in the USA. You're watching Runway DFW. My name is Walt. We come out here as often as we can muster. We were here 5 days in a row last week, but that's because I had a vacation from my regular job. Douglas Serrano says, glad it's still on for the A380 look who's here. It's Epic Toast Man. Hello from the H Hotel at LAX. Epic Toast Man, I saw Kevin broadcasting your arrival today on Airline Videos Live. That must have been a treat. And I do believe ETM has a stream scheduled from LAX tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that on the Epic Toast Man channel here on YouTube. Kid gets around. All right, tally-ho. Back to Heathrow. So now we have the American flight to London, which will be tailing that A380, and we have the Qantas flight to Sydney. And you hear in the background a 757, which is just arriving at UPS. With no doubt a bunch of packages. Can you see it making the turn there? Yeah, you can kind of see that in the background. That's the 757 finding its parking space. So we've got these two planes poised for action. And it looks like the American Flight 78 to Heathrow, the 777, looks to be in a better position to take off at the moment because its nose is kind of pointing in the right direction. There's another 757 on the way. I think it just got a clearance to land. This will be Flight 903. UPS from San Antonio, and I think these planes are waiting for that plane to land because there's only one runway open right now. So let's see if we can follow along with the arriving plane, shall we? Still about a minute away. Boss lady says lots of big planes at DFW. Paul Usher says hello. Anyone? Well, hello to you. And I'm sorry I haven't been more attentive to the chat this evening. It's just things have kind of been all discombobulated tonight. please bear with
Wind
us.
check.
All right, here comes the 757 landing on 18 left. Finally. So once again, that plane came in from San Antonio, Texas. Now, we'll see which of these big jets gets the heave-ho first. Lots of heavies at night, says AP.
RNAV, be parked, clear for takeoff, 18 left, American 78 heavy.
All right, so the American 777 off to London. After the Speedbird gets a head start, this one will try to play a little catch up. I spied the Qatar plane headed back to Doha. I believe that was a 777 as well. Find out in a minute.
Hey, we're maintain heading on 1 at 9 at 0, climbing on 1 at 0,000. Take off runway 18 left, 1 at 8. 7 a.m. conditioner.
So I was trying to get both of these planes in the same shot, but I can't because my telephoto lens isn't wide enough. But here's the Qatar plane here, and the Qantas Dreamliner headed back to Sydney, Flight 8. So there's some trans-Pacific and transatlantic action for you on runway DFW.
Great,
Now,
okay. Good night.
as for
We'll let you
this
know when we're ready, American 64.
aircraft, which we're about to look at, that is not even on my radar right now. Cody McCatherine says, hello, Walt. How are you doing tonight? I'm doing well. Hey, we're on the air. That's all that matters right now. Cody says it's kind of windy. Just plain silly says, I'm a general aviation pilot, but watching this big iron is awesome. It is fun. Claudia Sayre says, thanks for catching the Speedbird takeoff. See you soon. We hope that will be the case. That plane is going nowhere fast, it looks like. Meanwhile, back at UPS, the parade of 757s continues. This is the one that came in from San Antonio a few minutes ago. I love seeing these 757s because we don't have any passenger 757. We don't have any passenger 757 service here at the big airport, at least not regularly scheduled. So it's always a treat for me. All right, the Qatar aircraft is on the move. It is a 777. It's going to Doha. And it's making the turn to point its nose to the south here on runway 18 left. The only operational runway of the 218s right now. Runway 18 right is closed. I had my ball cap on extra tight because of the wind. The headphones are helping to hold it down in place, but I hope it's not cutting off any circulation to my brain. If I start acting loopy, let me know. off on a very long 15 or 16 hour, something like that, flight to the Middle East. Goes flight 732 Qatar Airways. Avaragaze. Great footage. Keep up the great work. Sorry, I can't pronounce your screen name. Evelyn MD, a fan of the 777. Robert Dixon, what a nice way to end the day with Walt and Runway DFW. What a nice comment. Thank you.
Negative on that, American 2224. We don't have to get that information. Is anybody behind us?
Nobody's behind you, and I don't have nobody on the final, so if you want, you can make that left 180 if you need to cross that line, that's fine then. You pull up actually a hotel, and just let me know which gate if they're going to keep you.
We have a lonesome plane over there. That's American Flight 2224, an Airbus A321, with destination unavailable. But it looks like it will be going somewhere in the next few seconds. We just don't know where it is. Well, maybe not. It's kind of doing a little dance there. It's going over to the east side or what? I have to tell you, it's not getting any less windy where I stand. Kind of amazed that our secondary camera on top of the car hasn't blown down yet. It's weighed down by a weight, so hopefully it'll hang in there.
18.65 on top. Good night.
More like a turn and stroll than a turn and burn, so far anyway.
Alright, clear for takeoff. 18 left, RNAV, clear. Frontier flight 2700.
I believe I heard a clear for takeoff there. Let's see, the A321, maybe going over to the east side. Meanwhile, this Frontier flight, where did it go? Oh, there it is. That's Peachy the Fox on the tail, Peachy the Fox. battery's dying now in the scanner. This Frontier flight is off to Phoenix. I couldn't catch the flight number though.
Good day, French Flight 27, see ya.
We have another 757 on about to arrive. This is coming from Phoenix. It's UPS flight 893. No, you don't see it yet. Do I have time to get batteries for the scanner before we see this coming in? Probably do. Hang on a second. About to dispense with those incessant beeps. Time to see the 757 arrive. Coming from somewhere in that general vicinity. Jay Bueno says the image quality in and of itself is amazing. Wow. Well, thank you. All credit to Sony for their magical Alpha 7 S2 camera, which we use. Not the current model. In fact, Sony just came out with a brand new model of low light camera. Karen Glenn says no wind in Castlemaine, Australia, but it is not in the sun. Well, we're not in the sun either right now, I would have to say. Ah, here comes our 757. Being invaded by crickets.
10 degrees and right up with Kilo Cross 118 left with Kilo Charlie to ramp this frequency.
With Kilo Charlie to the ramp, we're clear to cross 18 right, UPS.
You may notice that I've occasionally will have a little bit of a problem with the focus of this camera. I didn't have time to set up my regular monitor tonight, which gives me a bigger image to focus on. Once again for being part of this broadcast. Let's take a look at some cargo being unloaded since we have that great point of view from where we are. Aviation News LAX says, Walt, what a great stream. Thank you, Aviation News LAX. Well, you certainly have some great streams out in your neck of the woods. We're very friendly with Kevin and Rudy from Airline Videos Live. Of course, they were out here last week for a couple of big shows. Our broadcast tonight is being powered by some batteries that Kevin left behind. I told him, you better come back. We'll have these batteries all charged up for you again. I should probably tell you what that was. Takes off. This is American Flight 1674. That is destined for Kansas City.
1674 contact departure.
I'm hearing something. Here is over yonder. Is that UPS tail moving? I think it is. Kind of behind that fence. Aviation News LAX says, Walt, what made you do a late night stream? Well, the primary answer is that I have a full-time job during 9 to 5 job, and so I can't get out here during the day as much as I would like. On the weekends, we'll normally do a broadcast either on Saturday or Sunday, sometimes both, but usually just one of those days. But to do a stream during the week, I've got to either do it early in the morning or late at night. And I found that late at night is really kind of a magical time because we have so much cargo going in and out, like this one that just came in a few minutes ago from Phoenix. And I wasn't able to do this kind of broadcast before I got this Sony camera, which helps us see in the dark. And that's because of all of you guys, your kind contributions to Runway DFW, coupled with the advertising revenue that we get from YouTube. That gave us the funding to purchase this camera. So thanks to all of you. Even if you just tune in, if you see a commercial or two, that helps us pay the bills here at Runway DFW. Kyle Jordan weather. Hello, Kyle Jordan. Douglas Serrano says lots of FedEx planes flying over DFW right now. Well, as good as my camera is in the dark, it's kind of hard to pick out planes flying over us. Plus, it's kind of cloudy out tonight. It's very overcast. I don't know what the ceiling is. I haven't looked at the METAR. Chats here. James Webb with a very generous $100 super chat says, loving the late night stream, Walt. Thank you. Thank you, James Webb. I saw you on Kevin's stream, I think it was earlier today. And thank you so much. That's quite a very nice contribution to our efforts here. And Jody Peak with another $10 super chat. So sorry about the wind, Walt. We have the same here in Phoenix. Thank you for all you do. Much appreciated. Jody is our newest member of the Runway DFW Moderation Federation. Well, it's quieted down here quite a bit. Seeing what we've got coming up, we've got an Airbus A300 UPS arriving from Atlanta in about, it says here 3 minutes. I think it's going to be a few more minutes than that, but maybe we'll make that our maybe we'll make that our final flight of the night, because it's, I don't know if I'm going to be able to put all this stuff away without it blowing away. I did lose a bag, a cable bag, which got away from me, and I just couldn't get to it. I apologize to the grounds crew here at DFW Airport. Let's turn this around here, see if we can give you a visual indication. We should have a wind, we need a windsock here. That's what we need. An official Runway DFW windsock. But here is the view of the flag poles here at Founders Plaza. And our camera's pointed towards the north right now, and as you can see, the wind is whipping those flags away from us. The airport says. The airport says 77 degrees with a 22 mile per hour wind, and it's pretty steady. It's, as you can probably hear, it's not, we'll get an occasional gust, but it's just been whipping us all the time we've been here. weather to the southeast, to the east and southeast of here. Is it headed in our direction? I hope not. But that's probably a good reason for us to pack it in after our next arrival. Because I don't see anything taken off here. No. No, it's pretty quiet otherwise. But there you can see all the beehive of activity around that UPS flight that came in recently. Karen Monson says that wind is really blowing, yes. I have a windsock on my mic, but I have to kind of turn around to block the wind so that it's this quiet. If I turn my head one way,
Tower UPS 1301 is with you on the ILS final for 18 left, just outside of Udall. Finland, 18 left. You got the winds there? Wind currently 17014 for 18 left.
okay, so we'll give you two more flights coming in. The first will be an A300 from Atlanta, UPS, and the second, right behind it, will be our final plane of the night, a 757 coming from Miami. That's also a UPS, chock full of UPS cargo. Boss Lady says, had some strong wind yesterday and today here in Los Angeles. Yeah, I was watching, again, I was watching Kevin's stream today, and he made note of the fact that it was a bit breezy up there on top of the H Hotel. So here's where the A300's coming in from. Maybe it's taking so long to get here because the wind it's flying right into the wind. Tilt down a little bit, it's a little more interesting shot, although probably that foreground is out of focus. But that's DFW Founders Plaza, from which our broadcasts emanate. If only they would give me dominion over the sprinklers, I could make my life a lot easier. I saw this on the radar. Didn't say it was going to be here in 3 minutes. Well, it's just about to cross Highway 114, which is when we can get it in our sights. So we'd be able to get a little longer range view of it if we're on the other side of the horseshoe here at Founders Plaza. But the sprinklers come on even later than they on that side than they do on this side. So
Central Tower UPS 1343 ILS 18 left.
So this is where we want to be.
It's land. When it left UPS 1346.
So it's UPS flight 1301 we're going to be looking at. This is coming in from the Peach City of Atlanta. Okay, one more plane, and then we're going to pack things in here at a windy DFW Airport. I think we will have seen just about everything. Well, there's a couple of 757s coming in, but we're just going to watch the first one. This one's from Miami.
I don't know if I did or not. UPS 1343. Are we clear to land 18 left?
1343, still to the land, 18 left, possible tickets, ready to arrive at airport.
Okay, thanks.
So the flight deck is correct. 18 left is the runway to come in on, because 18 right ain't available right now. I swear every time I look at I turn away from the flight radar and I look back and it looks like the plane is like 2 miles behind where I thought it was. Grant you, this is not a very interesting shot, but that is where the next plane will be coming in from. As we can now hear the whine, or at least I can, of the A300, which just arrived a moment ago. All right, finally I see this UPS 757 on approach, final approach, so here we go. Okay, we'll give you the last 757. Well, I don't know if it's the last one, but it's the last one we'll see. This one's from Minneapolis, is where it originated. It's Flight 561 of UPS. We're going to twist way around to bring you as much of it as we can. All right, ladies and gents. Well, that's going to be enough yakking from me for for tonight. I would like to thank you very much for being a part of this broadcast. Those of you who watched, those of you who contributed to the cause, those of you who are helping to moderate this nonsense. And we'll be back this weekend. We'll be off for a couple days. We'll be back on Saturday or Sunday, depending on the weather. And let's see, do we have music? We must have some music, mustn't we? Ah, yes.
Our American 633 is with you, 9 miles for 18 left. Airland 18 left, American 633.
You have been watching Runway DFW After Dark. There's our logo. It's been my pleasure to bring you this wind-augmented broadcast. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. We'll see you again soon on Runway DFW. Happy contrails to you until we meet again.
staying on this side?
Up to the high speed, and yes sir, we are staying on this side.
633, Gosford ramp, this frequency, good night.
Gone to the ramp, this frequency for American 633, good night.